What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. If you're in the market for a brand new zero-turn lawnmower and you're having a hard time finding which size you should go with, this video is for you. Stick around.
All for the love of guitars, girls, green grass, and guns. Yeah. I was busted outside the
I'd like to thank Aaron's for sending this Aaron's Icon X42 out for me to demo. As you can see with this yard, it stripes very well. It cuts very well. I'm actually pretty happy with this mower so far. There's several factors to consider when choosing the size of mower that you need to use. In a yard this size, the Aaron's Icon X42 is a very practical size mower for this yard. But as you can see how much of a hill this is on, this lawnmower is kind of a little bit too small for this yard. I would recommend going up into an XL model or something equivalent to that. The problem with the smaller zero-turn mowers on a hill like this is when you're going into some corners, you will get a lot of wheel slippage, and this is dry ground. When this gets wet, it has a really hard time running around corners, and it's not because of the mower itself, it's just the tires. The tire diameter is small. There's not a lot of actual tire to grass contact. But if this was on a level ground, this lawnmower would be absolutely perfect for this size of lawn. It's very agile and it has plenty of speed, and the cut quality on the Aaron's Icon is amazing. One other thing to consider is the size of your property. You don't want to be on your lawnmower for too long. I would say 1 to 2 hours is probably how long you want to be on your mower. So I've got this property, another property, and then a field back here. With this mower, it takes me close to an hour to mow all of that. And that's a pretty recommended size of piece of property that you want to do this. You don't want to run your mowers for too long. You don't want to sit on a zero turn, overwork your motor for 5 hours. There's just no use in doing that. So you're going to want to step up into a deck size, a motor size, and hydraulic size that's going to keep you in the 1 to 2 hour zone. You're also going to want to take into consideration how comfortable the machine is. You're not going to want to spend all day out here on a seat that feels like a brick or a mower that feels like a brick. So get a mower that's going to be comfortable. Here on the Icon X, it comes with an okay seat on it. It's not the best, but I can spend a couple hours on this seat. There are other models out there that just have a formed seat. Those are the ones that you're probably going to want to stay away from. They're cheaper and they'll be a little bit more hard on your back when you're riding around any bumps or uneven terrains or anything like that. Also the tires. You want to get a tire that matches your property. Like I say, if you have a flat property, go with this machine right here. I highly stand behind this machine. But if you've got a lot of bumps, hills, or anything like that, you're going to want to increase your tire size. Jump up into an Aaron's Icon XL. That's going to give you a bigger tire for a better ride. A point I want to mention on the Aaron's Icon X42 is the blade speed. It does cut grass tremendously well, but the actual disbursement of that grass isn't the most favorable. When you jump up into a 60-inch deck on the Aaron's Icon X, the blade speed is double. So if you're concerned about mowing your grass every 2 weeks, like if that's how often you mow it, you're going to want to step up into at least a 60-inch deck, or you're going to want to jump up into Aaron's Icon XL, which will give you a better tip speed and get the grass out further. Now that's only if you're mowing like every other week, or if you plan on mowing tall grass all the time. If you take care of your lawn on a regular basis, as I do here, this 42 and just the standard X model is going to suit you perfectly. Also, once you step up into the XL, you get a larger seat, you get larger tires, larger deck, better transmissions. The 42 is really just going to be for a nice residential lawn, one that doesn't have this steep of an angle. Again, I would recommend going up into an XL on that. It kind of sounds like I'm pushing the XL a little bit too much here, but I'm not. I'm just explaining for this yard right here. This X42 is not exactly suited for my needs. Me personally, I would step up into the XL in a 50-inch or 52. I'm not sure which size that is. That's what would be the most appropriate lawnmower zero turn for this yard. Let me take you over to a yard where this would be the most suitable for. So you can see the Aaron's Icon X does a pretty good job putting stripes down on the yard and cut quality. He does take care of this yard, so there's not much to worry about. Like I say, this is the first time running over this, and you can see how well this mower right here stripes it up. But like I was saying, if your yard is flat like this one here, this mower is absolutely going to suit your needs. So the Icon X 42 is going to do a fantastic job on this yard if your yard is this flat. You know, there's 3 trees out here in the front yard, so not too many trees. The hill, there's no hill here, it's just flat. This is what the Icon X 42 is really designed and what it excels at. Now this is just one house to the next. Like, this house is my neighbor. The last yard I was just mowing is my other neighbor. So you're really going to have to take into consideration on how big of a hill you're going to be mowing and how big of a piece of property you're going to be mowing to assess the size of deck and what model you're going to want in that lineup to suit your yard. Now let's move over to another property type and let's talk about what lawnmower should be used for that. So now let's talk about the habitually overgrown lawns. For those, you're really going to want to step up into something that has a higher blade speed, because the tall grass with a lower blade speed, you're going to have a hard time cutting that grass, getting the grass out of the deck. So you're definitely going to want a higher tip speed so that you have better grass dispersion. Also, with grass this tall and mowing it on a regular basis every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks like this lawn here, you're going to put a lot of strain on your spindles, your motor, and just everything in general. You're going to put a lot more strain on this. You're probably actually going to be better off money ahead if you just hire a lawn care guy. So what we have here is just your large open field. It's a little bit rough, but as you can see, the Aaron's Icon X 42 did an amazing job on this. It stripes it like crazy. I love mowing with this out here. I would like to step up into the XL model just to get a better seat so it's not as much as a rough ride, along with the tires. I spend quite a bit of time out here with the 42, and this is one thing you need to take into consideration. With as open as this field is, for a residential mower, I would recommend moving up into the 50, 52, or 60 in the XL model if you have this kind of property. There's no sense in taking a small residential mower and beating it to death out here on a large open property. Now, it will get through it. As you can see, it's cutting just fine. It's just going to take you a little longer. It's going to put a little more wear on your mower a little quicker. Whereas if you had a larger mower built for this, it's designed to handle this acreage. You get the speed, you get the cut, you get the comfort. As if you go with the Icon X, you know, you get a smaller deck. It's not as powerful, even though it handles it just fine. Don't get me wrong on that. It's not having a hard time mowing this. It's just that you're going to spend a little bit more time because the motors, the drive motors are a little bit slower. The deck on this one here in particular is a little bit smaller, and the blade speed is just a little bit slower, so you're going to have to go slower just in general. So if you're in the market for a brand new zero-turn mower and you're having a hard time choosing which one to choose from, guys, I really hope this video helps you out. If you have any recommendations that I've missed out on, please leave them in the comment section below so that others that are searching for which zero-turn is going to be best for them, you know, they'll be able to look in the comments, gather some more information from that. But I hope that my information has been of some value for you. And again, I'd like to thank Aaron's for letting me borrow this mower for however long I get to borrow it for. I'm really enjoying it and it's cutting well. I would recommend an Aaron's mower to anybody that's watching. So anyways, guys, if you liked the video, if I gave you any information, if I helped you out, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. Definitely leave a comment down below for me. I got a phone call, so we'll see you in the next one.
Spent the night in a half the cage. grass and gums.